Tonight, we report on the arrest of a wanted man who reportedly fled from Moses Lake police last week and when the Moses Lake High School swimming pool is set to reopen. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Ephrata football keeps its unblemished league record intact with a win over Grandview, and the Tiger girls pushed their win streak to 9 games on the pitch. Let's take a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. Fabulous weather across the entire region. There is a bit of an unsettled scenario within the extended forecast. Details in a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A 30-year-old Othello man who reportedly fled from police last week was arrested getting into a stolen pickup truck early Monday morning in Moses Lake. Police saw Jesse Colley getting into a stolen 1987 Nissan pickup in the 2500 block of West Peninsula Drive. Colley allegedly attempted to flee from the truck, but officers were able to catch him. He was booked into Grant County Jail on suspicion of possession of a stolen vehicle, resisting arrest, and a Department of Corrections warrant for escaped community custody. Police have been looking for Colley since he allegedly fled from the passenger seat of a van following a traffic stop September 28th on West Broadway Avenue. Police have not been able to identify the driver of the van who drove away and abandoned the van near the Larson Recreation Center. An Ephrata attorney is facing accusations of forgery, dishonesty, and using her position to benefit herself. Cecilia Cervantes is the subject of a Washington State Bar Association review concerning allegations about how she handled a client. The attorney is accused of forging a will for a client she represented, manipulating her client into giving her cash, and taking money from an account the man shared with his ex-wife. A review committee will determine whether Cervantes will face a public hearing and disciplinary action. Ephrata's Cloudview Farm held its fall festival over the weekend to raise money for farm-based education for children. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Cloudview's owners say the farm is as much about education as it is about growing and selling organic produce. That's why the Ephrata Area Farm puts on its annual Fall Festival to raise money to educate local school children about where their food comes from and how it grows. Carly Thompson, Cloudview Ephrata Farm manager, said the farm is only 3 years old and has come a long way.
In 2014, we've had about 500 kids come out from Ephrata schools.
Jim Baird, owner and co-creator of Cloudview Farms in Royal City and Ephrata, was at the Fall Fest demonstrating to kids and adults how cider is pressed from fresh apples. Baird, who comes from 4 generations of farmers, said the organic farms are also a nonprofit training grounds for older students looking for a career in sustainable agriculture.
I created this model that helped young people, 20 and 30-year-old somethings, give them an opportunity to small-scale farm.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
18 stolen guns were recovered and a teenager arrested in connection with 2 home burglaries. Jared Brockman, an 18-year-old Moses Lake man, was arrested on October 2nd for multiple counts of burglary, theft of a firearm, and possession of stolen property. A home was burglarized on September 27th on Road A Northwest near Moses Lake. Determining the direction the suspect traveled from the home, deputies found a go-kart stolen from the home on state-owned land near the junction of Interstate 90 and Hiawatha Road on October 1st. On October 2nd, the officers found 2 stolen ATVs that were stuck in the mudflats of a dry lake bed and a large wheeled cart with 18 stolen firearms on the state land. Deputies also found a 1984 Oldsmobile, which matched the description of a car seen near recent crimes. Brockman was reportedly found in the car with evidence from recent burglaries. He was arrested and the car impounded to be searched for evidence. Moses Lake High School's swimming pool is expected to be open next week. The pool has been closed since the school district started working on replacing the plastic cover with a permanent structure. The $3.6 million building features a high ceiling and natural lighting. The school district paid about $1.4 million as its portion of matching funds from the State Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. Students will be given first priority in using the pool. Public hours will be from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. during the week. Bleachers have yet to be constructed. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.